I don't know anybody else who'll follow me, but maybe I'll finish up just talking to myself. I don't know. I'll see if anybody follows me across here. Or maybe I'll just be chatting all to myself all night. Yeah. Hey ho. Hey ho, when the merry will be. I'm the only one on here for my tea. Hello, whoever it is. Hi, Munchkin. I was on before, but my internet cut out, so everybody else is on the other one. Oh, you there? Hiya, Val. Hiya, Chris. Hi, Heather. Yeah, my internet just cut off and left me in the cold. It put me back on again, according to me, but it didn't according to you. So here I am again. I felt like I was on my own again. Oh dear. You found me. Whee! You know I'll come back if I have to disappear. If I can, I do come back. Yeah. I don't know what happened. It just said you have no internet and it went off. And then it came back on again, but you kept saying you couldn't see me, so I don't know what happened. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The weather, we won't talk about it, Esther. Cold, wet, miserable. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Hi, Connie. Yeah, I don't know what happened, everybody. It just said you have lost your internet connection and off it went. And then it came back, but you all kept saying you couldn't see me, so I decided to go and come back again. So here I am. Here I am again on my own again. Yeah, I'm here again, Lydia. Yeah. You know me, I'm like a bad penny. I keep bouncing back. Yeah. You good show, Chris. You've caught up now. You're not buffering anymore. Oh dear. Well, there's 22 people in and I've only got 7 thumbs up. So you might have put thumbs up in the last video, but it doesn't count. So can you all get your thumbs in the air, please? Pretty please. I'm asking nicely, pretty please. You know. Hey, I don't know. What a day. As I said before, if you weren't here before, I'm going out for a meal tomorrow. Just to the carvery, but it's nice. Yeah. I always get the 2 pieces of meat and then I give one to my son because I don't eat a lot of meat. I'm not a big meat eater. Yeah, you got me, have you, Yolanda? I'm glad you've got me. I'm glad I'm back. Hey, Susan, how are you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Susan's been poorly. She's not been very well, so you have to all say, oh, Susan. Yeah. But she's on the better side now, aren't you, Susan? Yeah. You thought I was doing a beatbox. That'll be the day. A beatbox rap. Yeah. I couldn't do a rap if you paid me. I don't even understand them, really. You know, I'm a bit thick when it comes to anything like that. Oh, hello. Dogs are moving. You'll probably find a dog come busting in a minute, yeah. Yeah. Nothing could be heard. But hiya, John. But the thundering sound of Ian's feet going across the landing. Oh, I'm getting warm. I'm getting hot. Yes, she's keeping on going. Yeah, sometimes it's a struggle, isn't it, Susan? But you have to keep on going. Keep on clogging, as they used to say. Keep on clogging. Oh, I had that the other day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Susan. I did read your post on Facebook, but I didn't want to say anything on here. Um, yeah. You keep on going. Keep on going, Susan. It'll all work out in the end. I know it's not nice when you lose a parent. I've lost both of mine, and it's terrible, but it's part of life, sad to say. It is, honestly. It's something we can't avoid, you know. And I'm sure they wouldn't have wanted to hear you talking like you were talking today. I'm not going to say what you said, but I'm sure they wouldn't want to hear you saying that sort of thing, Susan. We're all rooting for you. It is difficult losing. It's difficult losing anybody you love, isn't it? But it's difficult losing your parent. It's like your last link with your childhood, isn't it? You know, I was devastated when I lost my dad. Yeah, but my dad would have said to me, "What are you crying for, you fool?" You know, that was my dad's attitude. We've all got to go in the end, you know. Oh gosh, yeah, we miss you. It's quiet without you, Susan. I'm not saying she's noisy, but you know. Yeah, we're not saying you're noisy, Susan, but it's been a much quieter place without you. Oh dear. We shouldn't make fun, should we? But you have to, don't you? In times of trouble, you have to laugh at something. You have to find something to laugh at. I know I'm a cheeky bear. At least you're not as noisy as Mona. Yeah. Her friend Mona was the noisiest of all. You know, sit at the end of the table causing havoc. That were them two, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Still, it's good, isn't it? It's good to meet your friends and have a laugh. I mean, I've been so miserable this week, really. Well, if you didn't laugh, no. I laugh at myself because, you know, God, I'm the funniest thing to myself ever. I do the most stupid things, Susan. So you have to laugh at yourself, don't you? You know, what they say, laugh and the world laughs with you, you cry on your own. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, you would have something to do. You could torment the nursing staff, like my mother used to do. Oh, dearie me. Well, that's not nice, is it? Only me, yeah. Yeah, she's got to be back crocheting, Val, hasn't she? Come on, get your crochet roots whizzing. Get that knitting going. I saw you put a picture on of some baby booties. They were nice. Them little booties that you knitted with the furry bit round the top. They were a nice pair of booties. You've got male nursing stuff. Oh, that's a. Are they dishy though? It's no good having male nursing stuff if they're not nice. You've got to have dishy ones, haven't you? I've never had male nursing stuff. I have when I came round from my operation. Um, I had a male nurse attending to me when I came round, you know. And you say the most terrible things when you're coming out of an anaesthetic, don't they? So I don't know what I said to him, but he wasn't that good looking anyway. Hello, Shad. Hello, hello. How are you today? Yeah, you don't know what goes on in people's lives, do you? Only me. You never know, as they say, what goes on behind closed doors. Yeah, the little girl I'm knitting for, she was 3 today, but she couldn't have her party apparently because she was poorly. Ah, dear. So, what I mean, she's only 3, she'll have plenty more, won't she? And her grandma bought her a Wendy house, yeah. Oh, you can't knit. Well, just spend your life tormenting everybody, Susan. It's great fun. No, Chris hasn't moved yet. No, not. A few setbacks, but not moved yet. Hey. Hello, Denise. A Wendy house is like a child's plastic playhouse that you put in the garden. They call them a Wendy house over here, yeah. Oh, you can crochet. Well, look on the bright side. At least you can do something. My fingers are like, ugh, today. It's lovely having arthritis, isn't it? It's great, especially when it's going, everything I try to pick up, I drop. I don't mean men, I don't try to pick them up. Long past all that sort of thing, picking men up. I was never any good at it anyway. Picking strange men up in bars, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit more substantial than a tent. It's like a little plastic house, like a, what do they call them? One of these tiny houses, but it's only tinier still, made of plastic, and it's only for a 3-year-old, yeah. Oh, my arthritis knows what weather it is before I even wake up. Oh, it's very cute, yeah. I don't know whether you can see it. She did send me a picture. She did send me a picture of it. I'll see if I can show it to you. Oh, I've got a message off Val. Hello, Val. Oh, that's cute. I like that. That is sweet. Yes, I think she will. Yes. What am I looking for now? Oh, I'm looking for the picture of the Wendy house. Tell me about it. And Lizzie might not be on tonight because her husband's hurt his shoulder, been in the ER. That's a Wendy house, if you can see it or not. There you go. That's what they call a Wendy house. I don't know what, yeah, hers has got like a little kitchen on it, yeah. So that's what a Wendy house is. Necklace is sort of red, it's plastic, but it looks nice. It looks like stones, but it's not. It's plastic, of course, as usual. Oh, I got stuck in my necklace the other night. I had a black necklace on with 3 big flowers, black flowers. Could I get out of it? I could, my fingers wouldn't work. I could not get the clasp undone. And I thought, I cannot sleep in this thing because it would have been like sticking in my neck while I was trying to sleep. So I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I got the magnifying mirror and I'm trying to, it's back to front in the mirror when you're trying to do something. And eventually, thank goodness, I managed to get out of it. I'm like, oh. Yeah, well, it's all right because even if it's raining a bit, you can sit inside the house, can't you, if you get a little chair or something in there? We never had such things like that. I had to play in the garden shed when it was raining with the bikes, with my brother's bike. Yeah, we didn't have a lawnmower because we didn't have a lawn, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the posh one, yeah. Well, you saw when I got stuck in my necklace, did you? Oh, dear. I thought I was going to bed with 3 big black roses stuck round my neck. I thought, no. I would have had to cut it off, wouldn't I? And I didn't want to damage it. I didn't want to break the clasp because, I'm not very good. But I liked it. It was a really nice necklace. I gave a lot for it. It wasn't one of my cheapies, it was a nice one. I'll have to do something. I keep saying I'm going to put magnetic clasps or something on my necklaces because of my fingers, not working. But I've got so many, it would cost me a bomb, wouldn't it, for all those magnetic necklace things, yeah? Some of them aren't bad because if they're quite long, I can put them over my head without using the fastenings, the openings. Some of them I can put them over. But when they're like this length, I mean, I might be stuck in this tonight, but at least it's smooth and I have to sleep in it. Oh dear, I've done that before today. Slept in a necklace because I couldn't get it off, yeah. Because sometimes at night, my fingers, especially this hand, my left hand, it just doesn't work, yeah. It's fun getting older. It really is fun. Oh dear. It's not arthritis, it's rheumatic. If it's not rheumatics, it's something else. And then your hair starts falling out. I'll be finishing up with a wig at this rate. Got no hair. My hair's falling out at the rate of knots, yeah. I could stuff a cushion when I've combed my hair. Oh, I think she probably wouldn't mind if you crocheted them as well. I'm knitting these, Susan, but it's taking me forever to knit because my knitting is very, very slow. But I'll do it, but I'm not doing them anymore. I'll crochet the others like you. I'll crochet the others. It was my idea to knit this. It wasn't hers, so she doesn't even know I'm doing it. Because she asked me to do this crocheted one, which I'll have to adapt because it's only a baby pattern, and she's 3. But I think this cardigan's actually coming out too big for her. But as they say, they can grow into it, can't they? Yeah. Better than making it too small and she can't wear it, isn't it? That's my attitude. Mm. My friend's son, he's joined one of these, I think was it the Boys Brigade or the Air Force thing or whatever. And he's not that big, actually. He's quite tiny. And they've given him a uniform and he looks like he's wearing his dad's, bless him. It's a shame when they're not big, isn't it, Hey, he said, he'll grow into it eventually, no doubt. Yeah. My mum was like that every time she bought me anything. If I put something on and it was exactly the right size, and I said, "Oh yeah, I like this, Mum," she'd say, "Do you have it in a bigger size?" She'd say to the assistant. And I'm like, "But this one fits me, Mum." She said, "Yeah, but it won't for 2 minutes. We'll have the bigger size." So I was always being in dresses that were drowning me and coats that went down to the ground. I told you she bought me school blazer and I was still wearing it when I was 17. She bought it that big. And I wasn't a big 11-year-old when she bought it. It's one of those where your hands disappear up the sleeves. You didn't need mittens. Your blazer kept your hands warm. It was the same with my gabardine. I swear I was sweeping up the leaves off the floor with my gabardine, yeah. My gabardine raincoat, if you don't know what that is. I don't know whether you have gabardines anymore. It used to be standard school uniform when I was at school, but that was when Adam was a lad, yeah. Gabardines were like a long belted, like a trench coat, really, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was the same with me, only me, yeah. She bought it when I was 11, and I was still wearing it when I was 17. She liked to get her money's worth out of things, my mum. Mind you, school uniform was very expensive because when I started school, we didn't have a lot of money. Oh, hey, you were posh, weren't you, Heather? Having a knitted liner in your gabardine. No, if I was cold, I used to have to put 2 cardigans on underneath it, yeah. Because they weren't very warm, would they? Oh, no, I think I've grown out my blazer finally, if I still had it, yeah. That sounds so familiar, Munchkin. My dresses used to drag on the floor here. And when they got to the right length, my mum used to say, "Oh, that dress is getting too small for you." Mum, it fits nice. Oh my, yeah. You never hear of people getting chilblains now, do you? And chapped legs from the top of your Wellington boots. Because when it was snowing, we did not have winter boots. No kids had winter boots unless you were dead posh. You had welly bobs, Wellingtons with your socks on. And you used to get, where they were wet at the top of the Wellington, they used to chap your legs something cruel because it'd be icy cold and, oh, chapped legs. Oh, God, I can remember. And my mum used to go to a chemist and she used to get lanolin and cucumber, I think it was. He used to mix it up himself. The pharmacist used to mix it up. And it was the only thing. It used to sting when you put it on. But it was the only thing that used to cure chapped legs. But chilblains, oh. And what you used to call corned beef legs when you used to. Yeah, I would do that, Susan, but perhaps not now. It's a bit late now. Do it tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, when you had corned beef legs, when you used to sit too close to the fire and all your legs went mottled at the front. Because the fronts of your legs would be burning, wouldn't they? And the backs would be freezing cold. And if you dared to stand in front of the fire, oh, my dad used to say, you're not a blower. That meant it was like a thing you used to put up to get the fire going at first, like a sheet of metal. They used to put, when you lit the fire at first, you either put the shovel with a piece of newspaper, or if you were posh, you had a blower, which was a metal thing with a handle on. And you put it in front to make the fire go when it first started, yeah. And if you stood in front of the fire, he used to say, you're making a good blower, will you shift? Yeah. Oh, well, we did. I mean, it used to be cold back in the days. You know, when you think about it, yeah. Overcoats on beds were quite common. You know, you didn't have to be poor to have an overcoat on your bed. You know, eiderdowns and quilts were all we had. We didn't have no duvets and stuff like that. You'd go to sleep in your coat sometimes because we didn't have dressing gowns back in the day. That was another posh thing. Only posh kids had dressing gowns. You had your nightie or your pyjamas, yeah. Yeah. You had to put your coat on if you were cold. You had to go in bed in your coat. Yeah, Billy Connell is true. It was like that when you didn't have any money. You'd no money for extra bedding. You'd no money for stuff like that. You had a lady, but oh, you were posh then, were you? You're going to take your pills, right? Okay, just take what you're supposed to, no more and no less. I shall be checking up on you, Susan. I've got my eye on you, yeah. Eye on you, yeah. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bugs bite. Because when I was little, I never knew what a bed bug was. It's only recently I've known what a bed bug was. It's enough to scare kids, isn't it? You know. Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown. All the little things they used to tell you when you were going to sleep, you know, scare the living daylights out of you. You know, when you think about it, our nursery rhymes were very scary. I mean, the PC Brigade have a right. Humpty Dumpty fell. I was sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. You think poor Humpty Dumpty is all in bits on the floor. And that's what they're telling you. Jack and Jill went up the hill and all that, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I was scared to death of Father Christmas. I really was scared to death of Father Christmas. I used to wake up on Christmas morning and my mum would say, go downstairs and see if Father Christmas has been. And I'm going, I'm not going on my own. He might still be there. You finishing a Ross hat? I know he's got hats, but I haven't actually knitted one because I think they're knitted, aren't they, Ross's hats? Yeah. Whenever you say Ross, I always think of him out of Friends at first, and then I remember, no, it's Ross who does the knitting. Yeah. I don't know why I always think of Ross off Friends, but I do, because I've got a weird way of thinking. My mind goes off on tangents, you know. Never goes off in the right tangent, but it goes off at a tangent. Do you ever find that? You start thinking about something and your mind goes off completely on a different subject. And you think, how did I finish up there? It's because your brain starts thinking of something completely bizarre to what you're supposed to be thinking about, yeah? Mm. In my dream last night, I was riding in my cousin's Mini and he was driving it really fast. And when he considered that my cousin is now in his 90s, you know, I don't think it was a relevant dream, really. It must have been from when I was a child, yeah. No, funnily enough, I never thought bogeymen were under my bed, yeah. Butterfly mind, yeah. My ex used to say I had the brain of a goldfish. You know, once round the bowl and it's forgotten it's been round, yeah. Yeah, my dad used to say I hopped about from subject to subject without any, um, you know, linking train of thought, yeah. You know, if he blinked for a minute, I was on a different subject and he missed the whole point and he'd say, what are we talking about now, Janet? You know, where have you gone now? Where are you? But it does, I have funny trains of thought. You know, I can be thinking about, even thinking about what I'm going to have for me dinner and then all of a sudden I've gone somewhere else with my brain, you know. Nothing to do with food, my brain's gone off on a tangent somewhere. It's fun being in my brain. It is fun. Not everybody else would like being in my brain. Is it a woman's thing? I think women have got so much on their brain that their brain gets full. Men are more simplistic, I think, or am I just insulting all the males on here? They don't have to think of 94 things like what we're having for tea. Have I made the bed? Is the washer still on? Have I dried the washing? You know, are the kids need picking up from school? Have they got the uniform? Have they got clean uniform for tomorrow morning? You know, men don't have this going on in their head all the time. Men just tend to think, is it tea time yet? Have I got time for a quick pint before she puts me dinner out? Yeah. You know, my ex-husband was more simplistic than I was. Yeah. He never kept up with what I was, you know, trying to say. He was always like 3, 4 sentences behind, you know. Oh, you're going to bed now, Heather? Okie dokie. Good night. Enjoy your sleepy sleep. Don't have insomnia like poor Yolanda. I do have days when I have insomnia. I have the odd night where I can't sleep, yeah. You think about 90 things at once, do you, Chris? You've got a feminine side to your body that most men don't even think about more than one thing at once. Growing a bit. Yeah. I don't butterfly brain quite as much as I used to when I was working, because I think when you're working, you are multitasking. You're multitasking at work and you're thinking what's going on at home and what you've got to do when you get home. You know, there's not enough hours in the day to fit in what you've got to fit in. You know, it's just one of them things, isn't it? And I've knitted a row down below and I shouldn't have done. At least I noticed it. You're getting some boobs. You're getting your moobs, are you? My son's got moobs, yeah. I think you're getting mine because I'm losing mine, yeah. I need to get some new bras. You get distracted, do you? I do, yeah. Perhaps it's an age thing, Shad. Oh no, Chris is not that old, is he? We've got an excuse for getting old. Yeah, I need to get myself some new underwear. But it's difficult to know what size you are, isn't it? You know, if you've not been anywhere for a while. Well, there's nowhere around here you can get measured. I used to go to a shop in Manchester to get measured for my bras, you know. So at least you got the right size, didn't you? You know. You had to buy one expensive one from them, but then you knew what size you were to go and buy cheaper ones from other places. I've not bought any since about 4 years back, and I've lost a lot of weight since then, so it's no wonder they don't fit me anymore. Lost me boobage. Chris has got it by the look of it. Oh dear. Oh, I've got to go and get me. It was supposed to be on Monday. I was supposed to be having my blood too, but they've changed it. They said that she's not available, the nurse. So they've given me. I got to go Friday, I think now. Friday. And drink plenty of water before you come, because I've got veins that go. Oh, oh, nurse is here with a needle. We shall hide. I've got those kind of veins. When they come towards me with that needle, even though I don't look, because I can't look because I go funny. I go kind of, oh. I don't like to see my blood leaving my body, even though it's only a little, I'm a bit like, what's he called, Tony Hancock, with the blood donor thing. I have got a little plea, by the way. I don't often ask for anything, as you know. But for my birthday, I am collecting, hopefully, donations for the Pennine Pen little animal shelter. It's a very small animal shelter, not like the big boys, doesn't get any money apart from what it can collect. So I have a little fundraiser on my Facebook page. It does say when you go into, if you do go to donate, it does say £15, but you just alter that. You put £1, you put £2, you put whatever. All I would ask, if you've got £1 to spare for my birthday, if you could donate it to the Pennine Pen animal, yeah, in my loo, yeah. I've got enough. I don't want presents. I don't want anything. I don't want anything like that. But £1 would buy an animal a dinner, wouldn't it? That's all I ask. Yeah. I've done it every year for about the last 3 or 4 years. Just get a little bit of income. I don't earn a lot because not many people donate. I mustn't be very popular, but not a lot of people donate. I put £10 on. My friend put £10 on, so there's £20 on there already. But it would be nice to get it a bit more up than the £20, wouldn't it? Still, that was just my little plea, by the way. I don't want any birthday cards or any birthday presents. What you would spend on a card for me, just put that £1 for the little animals, yeah? Okay. End of rant. End of whatever. I'm having a Mars bar. Shouldn't be having it, but I'm having a Mars bar, yeah. M&S. I think it would have to be Blackpool, though, wouldn't it, Val? M&S. Cleaver's is only food, isn't it? And they don't have one in Fleetwood anymore. I turned into my mother a long time ago, Shad. The cat probably came back, didn't it? When it was food time. We're the wrong age to be chasing cats down alleys. Maybe I'll get to Blackpool one day, although it's not my most favourite place to go to. I will only go to Blackpool if I have an escort. I feel very nervous in there. You know, people asking me for money and shaking things at me. And when I'm on my little scooter, I feel very vulnerable. If I was in my big scooter, I wouldn't care. I'd just plough through the middle of them all. But on my little scooter, I feel a bit vulnerable because you're low down. You've got no protection around you or anything. So I don't like going to Blackpool on my own. See, there's certain things I really miss living here. You know, the small shops that sell lingerie, that do all this measuring up and stuff. If I was in Manchester, I could go places, you know, loads of places and get measured, but I don't know anywhere here. I'm still looking for an osteopath without going to the other side of Blackpool. I've got my twinkly flowers on for you, Chris. Oh, you can't see, yeah, you can see them. There they go. Mars bar. Shouldn't be having it, but I'm just feeling stressed. We had a lasagna today for our tea, and it wasn't nice. I don't know where they got it from, but there was hardly any meat in it, and it was all like thick layers of that lasagna stuff. I left most of it. Oh, my stag picture's moved. You can't see it now. It's over on the other side. On this wall behind the computer, but further over. So you can't see. I've still got my stag, but you can't see it. I miss my fibre optic light. It was getting a bit tatty, so I didn't bring it with me. I threw it away. But it was so pretty. It used to change colours like a rainbow. I don't know whether you ever saw that, Chris. It was like a fountain. It used to look like. I might get another one, actually. What I really would like for my bedroom annex is one of them Tiffany lamps I love. You know, the stained glass. They're so expensive. I'll have to save up. But I tell you, I've been invited to go to Spain in the new year. So I need to get a passport. Yeah, the Tiffany lamps are gorgeous, aren't they? But they're hundreds of pounds if you get a proper one. You know, a nice glass one. Quite a lot of money. I'll have to save up. I'll have to save up for a passport. £88 for a passport. And I've got to buy a rug yet. A rug and a desk for my new place, yeah. I like cheap eyebrow tips, yeah. But I'm quite boho, you know what I'm like. I like really jewel colours and, you know, I will find that green clock. It's not ticking because it's not got a battery in it, but it's somewhere in there. I will find it. Actually, what I would really like, not in here, Shad, you're all right, was one of those, you know, the ones that chime. You know, the ones that go tick, 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 and then they chime. They're not a grandfather clock. I think they call them a grandmother clock. The smaller ones that go on the wall. I would love one of them. That's part of my childhood. We used to live with my auntie, and she had one in the hall. But that was a proper grandfather clock. It was a huge thing at the bottom of the stairs, and it used to chime the hour, and it used to ping every quarter of an hour. And then it used to change from sunshine to the moon. In fact, I was talking to my cousin, the one cousin I was mentioning before when I said I had a dream about him driving his Mini really fast. And I said to him, Roy, do you still have that clock? And he went, no. He said, I don't know what happened to that clock. Because I was going to say to him, if you still have that clock, will you leave it to me? And you will. Oh, God, we've got a running fish tank. I would not have it in the lounge. Arian said to me, you can put it in the lounge. I went, no, it's going upstairs with you. That bubbling, bubbling, bubbling noise. Oh, God, that drives me mad. I don't mind ticking clock. I find that quite relaxing. It's Vimto, by the way. It's like a mixed fruit drink with fizzy water. They bought me some fizzy water. Only a bottle, but they bought me one. As I absolutely loathe the tap water here. It's horrible. Everybody else says, oh, it's all right. I said, yeah, but you're born around here. My friend who wasn't born around here, she was born in London. She said, oh, this water's disgusting, isn't it? Are they brown? The water? No, the water just tastes of chlorine and bleach. Oh, oh. Where I came from, it was lovely, the soft water, and it was beautiful. And it was quite nice tasting, I used to. Who's brown? The family? No, my family are not brown. Oh, you mean are they sunburned? No, no, I think they stayed out of it. It was too hot apparently for them. They had to stay out. I thought you meant are they ethnic? Just got to say no. No, they're not ethnic. Why have I got a message? Nothing to do with me. I get some weird messages. I don't know whether you do on your phone. I get some terribly weird messages. You know, like there's been an earthquake in Hindustan, you know. Like, why? Why are you telling me that? Oh, dear. Oh, I'm hot. Gonna have to take my jumper off. You don't like ticking. You were oversensitive about my ticking clock, Shad. It wasn't ticking that loud. Nobody else ever heard it. Nobody else in the world mentioned it except you. You were the only one who mentioned my ticking clock. I had it for years, and nobody ever said a word until Shad come on and said, I can't stand the ticking. I'm like, what ticking? I didn't even hear it. I love a ticking clock. It's reassuring. It's like a heartbeat. You know, tick, 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 tick. They say if you get a puppy and it's missing its mum, you should put a clock and a hot water bottle like wrapped up together. Put it in the basket with the puppy because it sounds like the heartbeat of its mum and the warmth of its mum. Yeah. You don't like clocks? No, I love a clock. See, we're just opposite, aren't we? I think if you grew up with a clock, all clocks used to tick. All clocks when I was a kid. There was no such thing as a tickless clock. All clocks ticked. You wound them up and they ticked. There were no batteries in them, and they just wound them up with a key. All clocks ticked. The alarm clock ticked. When we first got married, our alarm clock ticked. You got used to it. You just didn't hear it anymore. It was just like a reassuring tick. So I think that's what it is. I think because I've always had a ticking clock, it's strange to me to have watches did. Watches ticked. It's strange to me to have a tickless clock now, one that doesn't chime or tick or. And they used to have a lovely boom, and they used to do the bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, boom, boom. I used to love that noise. Chris and Shad, you're weird. You've obviously been brought up with electric clocks. Did you not have ticking clocks when you were little? I mean, Shad, you're old enough to know about ticking clocks. Did the alarm clocks not tick when you were little? Or did you not have any? How did you wake up in the morning? Your life's ticking away. Well, mine's ticked away. You're not as old as me, Shad. Not as old as me. Car stereo. We don't get a lot, touch wood. I don't live in a neighbourhood where they have car stereos blasted out. It's a quiet neighbourhood. I used to live in a quiet neighbourhood, and I live in an even quieter neighbourhood here. The only thing I hear is the guy across the road, 2 down. His car engine. He's one of them that's got a noisy exhaust, When he revs up his car. Oh, cuckoo clock. Did you ever used to watch what she calls Cinnamon Stitches? She used to record her videos. Shad would hate it. She used to record her videos in a room, and it was full of clocks. Full of clocks. There was cuckoo clocks. There was all kinds of clocks. I mean, she doesn't record in that room anymore now. I don't know why, but her room was just full of clocks. And they used to whoop, 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 and all that jazz. I always wanted a cuckoo clock when I was a little girl, but I never got one, of course. One of my friends had one, and I used to think it was fascinating, waiting for the cuckoo to come flying out. But my mum, yeah, I'm not buying anything like that. Well, didn't have the money really, did we? I used to have a little weather house when I was little. The lady would come out if it was sun shining, and the man would come out with his umbrella up if it was going to rain. I don't know where we got that from. I'm sure my mother wouldn't have bought it for me. With anybody else? You were too poor for clocks. No, we did have a clock. We had a clock on the mantelpiece. Everybody had a clock on the mantelpiece. You had to have one of them, otherwise you'd be late for school. An alarm clock, otherwise my dad would be late for work without an alarm clock. One of those with the 2 bells on the top. You remember them? Shadowed me through the roof. You had to scrape him off the ceiling. Yeah, it had 2 big bells as well. I had one of those when I first got married. 2 massive big bells that used to do. Talk about wake up with a whoo. Not that I needed an alarm clock once I had my son. Until he became a teenager and then he wouldn't get out of bed. But when he was little, oh, wake up, mummy, the birdies are chirping. Ian, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, go to sleep. But the birdies are awake, the birds are awake. I can hear the birdies and they're chirping. Yes, well, they obviously don't have a clock, so I'll go back to sleep. Trixie's like that. You don't need an alarm clock with Trixie, that's for sure. Oh, I couldn't do with a lot of noise, yeah. My friend used to live in an area where it was reggae playing. If you ever know West Indians, boy, do they love their music and they love it very loud, yeah. And it's reggae, very loud. My friend used to live in a street like that. And they always used to have the windows open and the cars would be the speaker system in the cars used to be massive. They'd open the boot and the boot was just full of speakers. And they used to go down the street playing reggae and stuff. Oh my goodness. I used to say to her, how do you live around here? And she used to say, I'm used to it. Hello, Ephraim. Hello, welcome, stranger. How are you doing? Not seen you for quite some time. We're talking about ticking clocks and alarm clocks and cuckoo clocks, if you want to know what we're talking about, Ephraim. Did you grow up with a ticking clock or an alarm clock? Or were you of a digital age? Because you're a lot younger than me, aren't you? Are you of a digital age? I had to restart. Yes, it went. Oh, you are a cuckoo clock. I had to restart. Yeah, the internet booted me off. Yeah, it booted me off. It went. You have no internet. It said. It's nice being a little bit cuckoo, actually, Ephraim. I've always said I wouldn't like to be, completely sane. And you see very, very sane people, and they're always miserable devils, aren't they? I like to be a little bit, Life's not good unless you can have a good giggle or something, or have a good laugh. Even if it's at yourself when you fall over flat on your face and you think you are so stupid, get up off the floor. But I can find things funny. That was your only clock. I had one of those when I went on holiday. I threw it away when I moved here because it stopped working. But that was a wind-up one that used to tick, yeah. Tick, 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 tick. But that little green clock that Shad's talking about, that was a travel alarm. That used to tick. I'll still find it. I know I want a grandfather clock. I've no room for one. So I'll get one of those smaller ones maybe that fit on the wall. Except Shad will go mad with its ticking. Yeah, I grew up with a grandfather clock. I was asking my cousin whether he still had it because it was in my auntie's house. But he hasn't got it. He doesn't remember it. He doesn't remember it being there. I said, it was at the bottom of the stairs. And he goes, was it? I said, you've got a lot of your mum's furniture. Are you sure you haven't got the clock? Because he's a bit of a hoarder, my cousin. He's got loads of old furniture in his house. So I'm sure he's got that grandfather clock somewhere. You hope I lost it? No, I haven't lost it. I know exactly where it is. It's in my bedroom. It hasn't got a battery in at the moment, so it's not ticking at the minute. But I know where it is. Yeah, one day I'll get well, not a grandfather clock because they're bigger. I'll get a grandmother clock. But I'll put it in my bedroom so you won't hear it. Yeah. Oh no, I don't want a cat clock. Somebody I knew had one of those. Its eyes go. I can't do it. Eyes go like that, don't they? And the tail's the pendulum. But I bet that ticks. 1, 2, 3. I'm having a count. See if I've got anywhere near the amount of stitches I'm supposed to have on for the sleeve. I don't think I have. But you never know, I might go mad and keep adding stitches and finish up with too many. Chance to be a fine thing. Hi Ariel. Hi XQ. Well, you've got to have a clock, no matter how old you are, because you have to keep things like appointments, don't you? When you get older, for some strange reason, doctors and dentists always give you early morning appointments. They think because you're elderly, you get up soon, but you don't. I don't anyway. So I do have to have a clock of some description. Otherwise, I'd be in bed all day. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is like white noise. You never notice the ticking, do you? I never noticed the bongs, for the hours, the boing, boing, boing. I never noticed it. But everybody had a ticking clock. I mean, there were no such thing as digital clocks, were there, back in the day? It was part of life, wasn't it? Whenever you went, the clock ticked. I don't know how Shad managed to survive if he doesn't like ticking clocks. He must have worn earbuds if they had such things as earbuds. They didn't when I was a kid. I'm going to count my stitches, see how many stitches I need. I need 62 stitches. The church clock, no, I never heard it. The clock used to chime on the hour in my old house, yeah. All through the night it chimed. And then on a Sunday morning, of course, the bells used to ring. But I never used to hear them unless I was listening to them. And they were loud. They used to ring out all over, Prestwich. I do miss that, actually. I miss me clock, me church bells. I think if you think about things ticking or you think about a noise, then you start to hear it, don't you? Whereas if you just live with it, you just kind of grow accustomed to it, I suppose. Hi, Tinkerbella Rosa. Or Rose. I never thought about clocks ticking. I just thought they did. I just grew up with them ticking. Right, I'm going to count my stitches now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 48, 50, 56. I've got to get up to 62 here. Oh, I know, but they always try to give you 8 o'clock appointments. They tried doing that with me at Blackpool Hospital. I said, I can't get to Blackpool Hospital. I can't go all the way down through town into Blackpool and that, especially on the school run, I said, I can't do it. So it has to be dinner time or early afternoon before I come. I just don't do early morning, full stop, end of story. But they always try to give me the 8:30. I think nobody else wants them. I mean, when I was working, I used to have 8:30 appointments because you got into the appointment, before you went to work, didn't you? But now I'm not working. I'm not getting up soon. Yeah, any time before. I'm with you on that one, Chris. Any time before noon's not. I mean, it takes me ages to get my act together, if you know what I mean. I have to wake up and then I have to get up everywhere and I have to go to the bathroom and then I have to make me coffee and all that takes time. And then having a shower or having me wash and getting dressed. By the time you turn around, it's dinner time, isn't it? No, I'm not a morning person at all. I'm a night owl. I can happily crochet and everything until the wee small hours, me, yeah. Oh my God, you must have ears like a bat, Shad. Get some earplugs. Some noise cancelling headphones, yeah. No, there's no point in getting up early, is there? If you've got something to do or somewhere to go, some reason to get up early. But I don't see any reason, no. Me, I'm okay. It's all the others. I'm the same one, it's the others. I'm a lot happier now. I've got the dogs upstairs and the family are back. My hearing used to be really, really. No, I don't, even in the summer. I'm not an early bird in the summer. I've got blackout curtains, so I never know whether it's light or not. You wouldn't like it in here because the fan's going on the fire at the moment. The fan's whirring, but I just ignore it. It's just whirs because it just circulates the air around the room. I mean, it must have bothered you when I used to have my fan on. What's your full name? You don't ask people what their full name is. That's the whole point of being on here, anonymity. I have my full name on here because I'm not bothered, but a lot of people are. Oh, I know it takes me ages. It does for me. You're a night crawler, but you sleep 14 hours. No, I usually sleep probably about 6 hours, something like that. 6 or maybe 8. Oh, I have never have time to do anything these days. I used to achieve more things when I was working because you have to slot things into time slots. Your time's more organised when you're working. But once you retire, everything goes to pot. You've got too many hours in the day, yeah. You've got sleep. I've got sleep apnea, but I've got a mask. I look like Darth Vader. Oh, you'd love to sleep with me, Chad. You would never get a wink of sleep. It's like sleeping with the Hoover on. It took me a while to get used to it. Those CPAP machines. Hi, Lily. You're up late as well. 10:30 and you're 9 years old. You should be in bed. If you were my little 9-year-old, you'd be in bed. My son had to go to bed at 9 o'clock. Oh, zoop, zoop. Oh, it's 5:26. Okay, I'll let you off then. My phone keeps going zzz, zzz. Yeah, I have a CPAP machine, but like I say, it would drive shadow up the wall because it's like sleeping with a Hoover. You have to get used to it. But it is like a white noise. I mean, it's like when you put white noise on for, my friend's little boy used to um, sleep with the Hoover on. She used to put the Hoover on next to his cot. And he used to sleep through the Hoover. I never tried that with my son. I should have done, because every time anybody coughed or breathed or did anything, he would wake up. He was a nightmare when he was a baby. Anybody coughed or anything, oh dear. Gosh, it reminds me of the old thing with ASL. When you went anywhere, ASL, age, sex, location, I used to think, what's it got to do with me? Why do you want to know? With a name like Janet, obviously, I am a woman, yeah. Although these days you never know, do you? I don't know how they go on in these chat rooms these days when you're not allowed to say age, sex, and location anymore. Oh, it's not that wonderful to live by the sea, Munchkin. Bloody cold. It might be if you live somewhere in America or you live somewhere on the continent. Living by the sea might be nice. Living by the sea here is flipping cold, that's all I'll tell you. What am I making? I'm making a cardigan for a little one. She's 3. But I'm not using these bright colours because the mum likes pastel colours. That one is what I'm making. That was my shop. Not there now anymore. That was my shop. I don't miss chat rooms. All I got was weird men. Is all I ever got in chat rooms. And photographs of parts of their anatomy I did not wish to see, if you know what I mean. They were all right when they first. No, I think they just have Zoom, don't they, and things like that now these days. Zoom calls and what's the other one? That Google thing. But they're not like open to anybody coming in. You have to invite people now, I think. Before, any Tom, Dick and Harry used to come in. And it was always what they wanted. They didn't want to talk to you. About 5 or 6 male knitters when I had the shop. I had regularly. But out of like hundreds of lady knitters, I didn't get many males now. No, I don't think they have any chat rooms now. Ariel, don't be personal. You can ask him something, but nothing personal. Otherwise, he is fully within his rights not to answer you because we don't do personal things on here. Yeah. Hi, Lulu. How you doing? Yeah, you're right there. You don't want to answer personal questions, do we, Chris? Well, I don't know about you. Whenever they say, can I ask you a question, you know, don't you, what it's going to be? Something grim. It's either going to be, how old are you, or whatever. Oh, you like impertinent questions. I don't. I don't like cheeky when they get too cheeky, When they start wanting to know the ins and outs of everything. It's like, no, accept me as I am. You don't need to know everything about me. Oh, the seagulls. Oh my God, you wouldn't like to live here, Chris. Squawk, squawk, and more squawk. From morning till night, the squawking, squawking. They used to drive me nutty when I first moved here. All I could hear was these seagulls, but now I don't even hear them. You just blank them out. They're like white noise, aren't they? Hi, Isaac. You have a flair for being vulgar. Oh dear. You'd have done well at my other knit club then, the one I stopped going to. Yeah, I hate personal questions when they start saying, "Are you married? Are you this? Are you that? How old are you?" And I'm like, what's it got to do with my knitting? Yeah, have you got a boyfriend? Have you this? Have you that? Oh, I think, no, I'm not telling you. You're getting personal now. Or where do you work and what's your job? And I don't ask people those kind of questions. My friend was like that. She'd say, what does your neighbour do across the road? I said, I have no idea. Well, how long has he lived here? Well, he's lived here about 12 years. Why? And you don't know where he works. I said, no, I don't ask. I don't go up and say, oh, by the way, where do you work? Do I? No one's home. You've got to put the chickens up till next Saturday. Yeah, yeah. How old are you? Whether you're single? Where do you? Well, they stop short of asking you where do you live or whatever. But I don't. I don't answer. If I don't like a question, I don't answer it. Do 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 do. I'm increasing more. I've got to get to 62. I've nearly gone there. You like to wear red underwear? Oh dear. That's too much information about your underwear, Ephraim. I think the question was, what's your favourite colour? I think, Munchkin. Or what are you wearing? They always used to say that. What are you wearing? When I went in the chat room, I said, what colour's your underwear? And he said, none of your business what colour it is. What do you want to know for? It's 10:30. Well, actually, it's 22:36. What, you want to take long walks on the beach? Or are you wearing red underwear, Shad? Which one is it? Oh, dear. I used to have a heavy breather that used to ring me up. He was a nuisance. It was when we used to have the house phones. Lord knows who he was. He used to ring me up and heavy breathe. Oh, at least they don't do that much with mobiles now. You just get the stupid cold callers now, don't you? That's all you get. Oh, yeah, I had 2 or 3, like heavy breathers and cold callers or whatever you want to call them, yeah, when I had the house full. I love the heat. I love it. 80 degrees, bring it on. I'm sick to death of it being so flipping cold. The sea breeze here. Did he have asthma? He might have done. He might have been a bit hard of whatever. No, he was more like a dirty old man kind of asthma. No, the sea, being by the sea, the wind keeps the temperature down. So we never get 80 degrees, or very, very rare do we get 80 degrees. It's always cold. Well, I find it cold here. I used to always wear dresses, without a cardigan. I used to wear dresses all the time when I lived in Prestwich. I don't hear. My summer dresses are going to be put away again because I've hardly worn them. Oh, no, it's always blowing off the sea here. Howls down the street sometimes. Howls down my chimney. It sounds like the Hammer House of Horrors soundtrack sometimes. Perhaps that's what they think it is on my YouTube videos. They think I've got the soundtrack going for a what do you call it, a creepy movie. It's just the wind howling down the chimney. I would love to be able to sit outside in a sleeveless dress or go up the seafront wearing a sleeveless dress and not shiver. I used to go shopping and everything in a sleeveless dress. Never wear them here. All these dresses I never put on. I'm going to be packing them all away, and half of them I've never even put them on this year. I'll be getting these out again. These long sleeve dresses out again that I put away for the winter, for the summer, I mean. I'll be getting all them down again. My warmer skirts and my warmer trousers. I haven't got any wardrobe space here, so I have to rotate, put things away, bring them out again. It'd be nice if the wind would drop, but it never does. Oh, the men round here wear shorts, but I think they're born round here. People who wear shorts. I'm cold. I'm always cold. I've got no blood in my veins. I swear it. I am always, always cold. I'm warm today, but that's because the fire's been on all day. That's why I've had shorts on, I think, one day. One day this year I had shorts on, but they were long shorts down to my knees. And I only wore them in the garden. I didn't go out in them. I mean, the natives round here, they wear, they're showing their bellies off. They've got them little crop tops on and that. I think, yeah, you must have been born in Fleetwood. I'm bloody cold. I've got a cardigan on most days and a jacket sometimes. I can honestly say I've never been too hot since I moved. Well, I'm too hot now, but it's only because the fire's on. But I can honestly say I've never been too hot outside. in the last 3 years I've lived here. Oh my God. Well, yeah, they would be at my age as well, but even so, I wouldn't wear them anyway because they'd be too cold. I used to wear long shorts, you know. Yeah, well, they did it in Prestwich. Our postman used to wear shorts all year round. When I went back for that weekend in Prestwich, I'm going, oh my God, isn't it warm? And my niece is going, no. I said, it's warm. I said, I'm really warm. And she goes, what do you think it's warm? I said, it's blooming warm here. I said, there's no wind. I said, it's warm. Yeah, I went out at night with just a little thin cardigan on and a summer dress. Went out for a meal when I was back in Prestwich. The smell of the sea breeze. No, it doesn't make me want to eat crustaceans. Oh, postmen love the shorts. I think, well, they're moving all the time, aren't they? My postman had to run up and down steps because all the houses on one side of the road were all up steps. So I think by the time he'd run up and down steps, he was having a bit of a workout, you know. So I think that's why he used to wear shorts. Oh, you're going now, Yolanda. Bye now. I think that's why postmen wear shorts. Oh, it's really cold here. It really is. I think, is it the Irish Sea we've got or something? I don't know what it is, but it's cold. When I wanted to go and live by the seaside, I had visions of it being like down south, you know, like St Ives and Torquay and places like that where it's warm and lovely and nice. I did not think of it being cold. Because when we came to look at the house, it was a gorgeous day. Probably the only gorgeous day we had 3 years ago. So I thought, oh, it's quite nice. Hmm. Should have come back in the winter. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50, 51, 2, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. I've got 60. I should have 62, so I've only got one lot more. Red elastic, well, they have green ones round here, elastic bands, munchkin. They throw them all over. No, the green ones here. My driveway in Prestwich used to be full of rubber bands. It seemed to be the rubber band haven. Now they leave them round everything. We get the rubber bands like that way and that way across. You know, if you've got more than 2 letters, you get it like rubber bands across. I know my friend said something to one of the mailmen one time, and she said, "Do you not have any rubber bands?" And he pulled his hand in his pocket and gave her a great big handful. He went, "Here, you want rubber bands here?" Gave her a big handful. You're going back to the sewing room. Oh, aren't you posh? You've got a sewing room. I'm going to get my sewing machine in. It's going to fit a lot in my extent. It's not that big. My bedroom annex is not that big. It's going to be quite crowded in there. It'll have a recliner chair. It'll have me Kallax. It'll have me makeup desk. It'll have a desk with my sewing machine on. and whatever else happens to land in there. I need a computer chair as well. Not a big one like this one, just an ordinary, typing chair, just to sit on while I do my sewing. It's going to fit a lot in this room. Oh, I wish I used to make dresses donkeys years ago. When I was in my teens and my 20s, but then it was cheaper to make clothes. And I used to like individual things. I didn't like, the high street stuff that everybody else wore. I've always been a bit of a rebel when it comes to what do I wear and stuff like that. I dress more conventionally now than I ever did before. Oh, Munchkin. You'll have to get a carpenter to get you some legs, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm used to always having a table. I miss having a table to put things on. Like a table to put my sewing machine on, a table to put my knitting machine on. I miss having a table. But there's no room in here for a table. I always used to have a dining room, you see. I used to do all sorts of things on my dining table. Blocking everything out and doing everything. I really miss having a table. Oh, and also in my annex room, I'll have the clothes area. Whoopee. That's in there now, trying to dry bed, and it's not drying. It's been that damp and wet today. Well, yesterday and today. It's still as wet as it was when I put it in there. It's just not drying at all. So it'll dry eventually. I would get one of those areas, where they work on electric, but, we're trying not to use electric. So that's kind of, I could put them in the tumble dryer, but we're trying not to use the electric. We're trying to dry things without, because it runs away with the electric, the tumble dryer. I mean, when it's sunny, ha 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 ha. When it is sunny, we can dry things mostly outside, yeah. Yeah, I had a great big heavy table, but of course I couldn't bring it. Everything I liked, I had to leave or get rid of. I really miss everything like that. Yeah, I used to be able to cut things out on my table because it was a massive big table. I know. We've got a dining table and chairs, but we don't use them. Maybe we will in the summer. It's just, the room's just not finished. Hey, when I win the lottery. Oh boy, when I win the lottery. I'm going to do such a lot of things to win the lottery. I only ever win 10 quid, or a lucky dip. Never win anything else. I will never have that phone call saying, "You are a winner." Oh, I did get a stupid message on Instagram like you do. "You have been a Powerball winner. Please contact." I thought, I don't even do Powerball, so no. Block. Go away. Block. My friend used to quilt some gorgeous quilts. She didn't do them for anybody else, though, because they took her so long to do. I think she did them for friends or people who had babies, but she didn't sell them, although people used to say, oh, I'll give you £100 to make me one. You see, joking. Cost about £200 for the fabric. Then there's my time. People don't understand. They think you go to a jumble sale and buy some old dresses and cut them up, don't they? I suppose people did that in the old days when they didn't have any money, but nowadays quilting, you use absolutely gorgeous fabric and it's all designer stuff and everything, isn't it? You don't use any old scrap of material like they used to in the old days. My mum used to have an overlocker. Yeah. Quite a lot of things my mum had, I wish we still had. I wish I had a sock knitting machine. She used to have a really old metal sock knitting machine. I mean, they're thousands now to buy them. And you can't get the needles for them if you can buy them. I'm surprised with all this 3D printing and that people haven't actually. I know they've made the Centro and stuff like that, but that's not a sock machine. You know why people haven't made sock machines now out of plastic and 3D printing and stuff. I'm talking sock machines that use the fingering weight wool, not the. Oh, talking about, when I sent away for my tension things, Rosie found them and she chewed them. Let's chew them all up. So I've had to order some more. Look at that, you can't use them. That one's the best one, but even that she's chewed. Ah. So that was £10 that lasted me 5 minutes. So I've had to order some more. Yeah, it is. It is expensive. I'm going back when I used to go to the other knit club in Bolton. It used to cost her, maybe 100 or so for the fabric back then. I don't know how much it costs now. People don't appreciate things that you make anymore. That's what I've found. I've got very disillusioned lately. People don't want to pay you for your time or anything. They just want everything for free. They want everything cheap, throwaway stuff, yeah. Yeah, my tension thing doesn't work very well on my. I bought Addy machines ages ago. I think I paid about £80 for my Addy machine, and now it's 100 and something now. No, people have no idea. It's like, well, you knit me one of them. I don't mind buying the wool. Ah, is that it? You expect me to spend 3 or 4 weeks of my time making you a sweater? And you don't mind paying me for the wool? No, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. I had one mum when I quoted her a price for a crochet jacket that she wanted. And she goes, oh, didn't know you charged for your time. She said, I thought it was your hobby now, you retired. Yeah, right. I'm full of old tricks like that. I said to one lady, I said, would you go into work? I said, and work a week without any pay? She goes, oh, no. I said, I rest my case. I said, that's what you're expecting me to do. The best one was the one for the granny squares. She wanted me to make her a granny square jacket. So I quoted her a price and she said, oh, I thought I'd only have to pay for the main colour. She said, I thought you'd be using up your bits. Wonderful. She said something about her grass. Well, go and ask your grandma to make you one then. I says, because I'm not making it. I said, who do you think bought all the bits then? Who do you think bought them? Why do you think I've got half balls left over? Nobody gave them to me, so I had to buy them all. Oh, I thought I'd just pay for the main colour. So what about my time? You're not paying for that either. So naturally, I didn't make it for her. Everybody wants everything for nothing, yeah. Or, oh, it's for a charity. Yeah, I've got charities that I support. I don't know you and I don't know your charity, so why would I give you something for your charity? Yeah, they think I should make hats and that for a charity I don't even know. I've got loads of local charities I could give hats to if I was so inclined to do that. Charity begins at home, and that's what I mean, is people I know, people that I know are in need. That is who I support, not some stranger who supports something or other I've never heard of. Yeah. Oh, when I had the shop, oh, every week we're having a raffle for this, we're having a raffle for that. Will you give us a gift? Flipping heck, I'd have been bankrupt if I'd have given everybody a gift. Have I got any messages saying I've won? Have I, heck? No, I've got 2 messages from saying my YouTube's live. No, there's no message saying you have won the lottery. What a shame. What a pity. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 18, 20, 30, 32. I'm not a fast knitter anymore. Yeah, I've got my flowers on. Got my flowers going. There they go. Hey, I'm still tired. We've got another hour to go yet as well. I mean, at one time I'd have had this little sleeve done. You haven't had any adverts? They keep telling me there's adverts. I think it's because I had to restart it. I don't think I won't get me 8p today. That's what I get for 3 hours of a live stream. I get 8p. My revenue, 8p. It's joking, it. They put adverts on and that, and I get 8p. Maybe that's why you're not getting any adverts, yeah. It keeps telling me every now and again there's been an advert. That's what I mean. You get adverts, don't you? But you don't get paid. And then they pull you for like 2 seconds of music that you've had on. I know. Don't spend it all at once, yeah. I'll never be rich. I never will be. I don't set out to be, though. I'm not going to be one of those people who kind of, doing this, doing this, doing this just to generate subscriptions and stuff like that. I'm not that way inclined, really. I'm not doing it as for a living. It's a good job I'm not, because I don't get paid. But, I'm not... some people are over anxious, aren't they? They're always doing giveaways. They're always doing everything, anything to generate new people. It must be very wearing and, on yourself if you've got to do that all the time. It reminds me of work when we had targets to meet and this, that, and the other. You haven't met your target. It's all targets these days. Every walk of life, Even if you're a dustbin man, you probably get targets of how many bins you've got to collect in an hour, Everything's rush, target. The joy's gone out of everything. I just do these videos and that because I want to, yeah. Yeah, Val. Well, I don't do it for a business, If I did it for a living, I'd hardly be able to afford chips, you know what I mean? French fries to you in America. I might be able to afford a bag of chips every now and again, Apart from that. Oh, dear. I watch some people's videos, and they're getting like £200 and £300 a month. And I'm like, how did they manage to do that? They must just be dedicated all the time to doing videos, doing this, doing that, doing the other. I'm lazy. Can't be bothered, I'm not bothered. Right, I don't know how many inches I've got to do. Till it measures 8 inches or the length required. How do I know what length a 3-year-old's arms are? You're supposed to be telling me, pattern. And I don't know. I've done 6 inches. Yeah, my videos are meant to be like that, Seaside. They're not meant to be anything. I know I've asked you to do any donations you can for my little pets and that, my little pen fund, but normally I don't ask for nothing, yeah. Some videos are all covert begging, I call them, some videos. Oh, I'm having trouble with this, that, and the other. I can't afford this, I can't afford that. And you know what they're after? They're after people sending them money. I never do that. Well, I hope I never do. If I do beg, I say to, a world cruise would come in handy. I don't know how they make a living doing it. I really don't, Seaside. They'd have to be absolutely at it. It must be kind of not a joy anymore. It must be a chore. I have to make a video. I have to do this. I have to do that. But I just do what I want when I want and just hope that people want to watch me, I just don't do it for the money. If I did, I'd be broke. But I'm not that ambitious. I think that's the word. I've said it before. I do lack a lot of ambition. I lack a lot of self-esteem. I lack a lot of motivation, stuff like that. I think when you get to a certain age, a lot of it goes out. Things are not that important anymore. Things I would have wanted to do when I was younger, things I would have thought, yeah, got to do that. Now, when you get to my age, you think, ain't that important, Nothing's that important anymore. If I get up in the morning and I want to make a video, then I'll do one. But if I get up in the morning and I don't want to do one, then I don't do one. I wouldn't like to feel under pressure that every morning I got up, I have to do a video. I have to do this. I have to have that. I have to show people this. I have to show people that. It would take all the pleasure out of it. That's why I could never do this, vlog every day in November or something, or vlog every day in December. I run out of things to say after about 2 weeks. I'm literally floundering around thinking, what can I say next, And you're thinking, I bet people are yawning and turning off and switching off and going and making a cup of coffee or something. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is they don't beg out loud, do they? Don't say, "I need money for this," but they start saying, "Oh, my car's broken down," or "Oh, my air conditioning's broken down. I don't know what I'm going to do," or "I've had to pay this, that, and the other, so I don't think I've even got money for gas this month." This is what they're going on like. And then full, and then they've got the PayPal address on, so full well that they're asking people to donate them money. No, I'm of the opinion if I can't afford it, I don't have it. If I can't afford to do it myself, I won't. I mean, I have asked today, but it's only for money for the charities, not money for me. Nothing. I won't get a penny of that if anybody does donate anything for my little animals. Not my personal animals. We feed our own animals, thank you. But I mean, these are rescues, animals. But no, I mean, if I need anything, I'll save up and I'll get it, like everybody else does in this world. I mean, when I used to be on Ravelry, it was all, "Can you send me the pattern? Can you photocopy the pattern? It's in a magazine or it's in a book and I can't buy it. I can't afford it." I'm like, well, I couldn't afford it, but I made sure I bought it because I wanted it. So I saved up and I got it. So sorry, mate, you're on your own with that. It's copyright. I'm not sending you the pattern. And people were, "Oh, you're mean, you're this, you're that, and the other." I thought, so I don't go on Ravelry. I go on Ravelry to look at patterns, but I don't go on the chats anymore. I don't go in any of the rooms anymore. I got fed up with them. They're either calling you names or, like, I use a lot of acrylic. Nothing wrong with using a lot of acrylic. But oh boy, do those naysayers have a go at you. "Ooh, you shouldn't be using tatty acrylic." Or, "Do you know it's made from such thing? It doesn't recycle. It doesn't." Oh, I thought, shut up. People use what they can afford. People can't all afford hand-dyed yarn to make a sweater with. Good grief. It would cost you hundreds of pounds. It's, oh, acrylic snobs, yeah. They're terrible. I've got told quite a number of times on Ravelry, "Oh, what you make is lovely, but you've used icky acrylic or you've used nasty acrylic." And I think, what's it got to do with you? What has it got to do with you? Somebody said to me one time, "Oh, if your child went near the fire or something, do you know acrylic would stick on them and burn them?" And I'm thinking, I said, "Excuse me," I said, "but who has an open fire these days? And if you do have an open fire and a child, you would put a fire guard round it. Come off it." They just invent little excuses so they can have a go at you. Yeah, the wool police, you're right. I don't knock anybody who knits in hand-dyed yarn. If they can afford it, fair dues. I don't knock them, so why do they knock me for using acrylic? Excuse me, but horses for courses. We can't all afford to top quality stuff. We all go to the bargain basement, don't we? Let's face it. We all go to the sales. You know. Well, exactly. I mean, a new mum who maybe had a traumatic birth. The last thing she wants to do is to be standing at the sink, hand washing her little baby's woolly things. Yeah. No, she's going to open the washer door and throw them in. Especially if the baby's had her up all night and it's been sick all down and everything. It's got to go in the washing machine. So I'm very, very sorry, but no, I am not paying a fortune for hand dyed yarn that has to be hand washed and dried flat with care. When I've recovered from a traumatic birth and I've just got a baby that cries all night, yeah. They live in a different world, they do, honestly. Either that or they have a nanny or grandma in the house that looks after the baby for them, or does the washing for them. I tell you, if it didn't go in the washing machine when my son was little, it didn't get washed at all, you know. It's because he was a nightmare when he was little. I had no time to breathe, hardly enough time to wash my hair when he was little. I mean, the lady across the road come one time, and she said to me, did I want any help or something? You know, I said, yeah, I do. I said, would you mind? She said, I'm just going up the village. She said, I want to get some, do you want any groceries? I said, no, do you mind taking the baby? Just take him with you up to the village. She said, I said, well, I have a shower. She said, no problem, my love. She said, I didn't like to ask. She said, because some mothers are very precious with their babies. I said, I just want to have a shower in peace and not have to worry about him screaming and crying. She said, don't worry, I'll take him shopping. And she was brilliant, honestly, she was. She used to come across every time she was going shopping. Do you want me to take the baby? Yeah. She used to push him all around the village and take him everywhere, take him to the park. She used to take him everywhere. Give me a break while I got my housework done for 5 minutes. Because he was such an awkward baby, he really was, yeah. In an ideal world, your baby sleeps, doesn't it? It has feeds at regular intervals. In a non-ideal world, your baby yaks the whole time, yeah. Oh, I love looking at hand-dyed yarns, but I mean, I go to these, you know, yarn festivals and stuff like that, and I like to look, but after a while, I get fed up of looking because they're all the same, rows upon rows upon rows of this hand-dyed yarn, all very pretty and all very beautiful, all very expensive, yeah. But after a while, they all start looking the same, and I start thinking, nah. Yeah, I mean, I love looking. They are fabulous. I mean, the hand-dyed yarns are gorgeous. They really are gorgeous. And I'm not knocking anybody that uses them. I mean, I've bought a couple of skeins, but I like to pat them and look at them. Never made anything with them, but no, you couldn't afford to make a sweater with. I could never afford that. Yeah, a lady on Ravelry said, instead of churning out dozens of sweaters like you do, why don't you just invest and make one decent cardigan a year? And I'm like, are you kidding me? You mean I can only make one cardigan a year? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I'd get bored of wearing it. Can you imagine if you could only afford one cardigan a year? You had to make it last. You'd be bored with it, wouldn't you? Well, I would anyway. I like different coloured sweaters to go with different coloured things, different coloured cardigans to go with different coloured things, yeah. The thought of making just one would drive me. And as for socks, I mean, £30 a skein for, and then you put it in your shoes and you're wearing trousers and nobody sees. Nobody sees these wonderful socks except when you show them on YouTube or something. Apart from that, nobody sees them. They're in your shoes. No, 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 no. I can understand the hat, maybe, because your hats don't wear out, do they, unless you lose them. Put your hat on. I can understand somebody getting a lovely hand-knitted, hand-dyed skein of yarn and make a hat, you know. And then you wear it and wear it and wear it, yeah. I can understand that. But I'd probably lose the hat. Or I'd definitely lose the mittens. You know, if I made mittens or something, I'd lose them. I'm very good at losing things, like mittens. And as for socks, I mean, my hand-knitted socks the other day were all around everywhere because Rosie had got them. Fortunately, she didn't nibble a hole in them. But they were my hand-knitted socks that well, I didn't pay an awful lot for that wool. It felt like it was a lot at the time, but it probably wasn't compared to other people's. Probably paid about £6 for the ball or something, which was a lot for a pair of socks when you think about it. It was nice wool, though. It was purple stripes. Obviously, Rosie liked it too. Like she liked my attention things. I walked in and they were in the middle of the floor. I thought, you little monkey. They were in a bag as well. She must have gone into the bag, ripped the bag open and got these out. I mean, how, you wouldn't think they were attractive to a dog, would you? Why she wanted to bite. It's a little bit of plastic, yeah. Probably cost whoever sold them to me about threepence to print it out on a 3D printer. That one she bit even more. Look, it's just nothing left of it. Still, never mind. Never mind. Well, I must have very sharp toenails. I don't have long toenails, but they must be like razors, my toenails. Because I can cut a hole in any sock. Not so much these days because I don't walk, but when I used to walk, every time I pulled my boots off or something, my toe was sticking out. I was forever darning socks. So, you know, if I'd paid £30 for a skein of yarn to make socks with, I'd cry. I would absolutely cry. Still, we're not all the same, are we? Not all the same. But I've got to kick on. Sorry about that, people. Sorry if I made you yawn. Well, I'm hungry now. That's because I couldn't eat my dinner. I'm not all over a pasta. It was lasagna, but there was hardly any meat. It wasn't handmade or anything. It was bought. And it was like a big, thick chunk of this, like, whatever it is, pasta stuff. Which I don't like at the best of times. So I had to leave it. So now I'm hungry. I might have a piece of toast before I get into bed. I don't like being in bed hungry. I don't know whether you're the same. I always like a bedtime drink and something. You know, I used to have a couple of biscuits, but of course, since I've been diabetic, I shouldn't have had that chocolate. Since I've been diabetic, I've been cutting out the sweets, the biscuits and the chocolate. Although, like I say, I had that Mars bar today. So I've stopped having a couple of biscuits before I go to bed. It's just comfort. I've always had a supper from being a little girl. I think it's what you actually get used to. You know, your mum gives you a nice milky drink and a couple of biscuits to go to bed with. And, you know, with me, it was always like Ovaltine or Horlicks or something, or even just warm milk. So it just feels like something's not right if I haven't had a drink at bedtime. Or something, just a small bit of something to eat for my supper. You know, you don't want anything too heavy because it sets on your stomach while you're asleep, doesn't it? But I like to watch my Kindle, just watch whatever videos are on for the day. Only a couple. There's more than a couple and I fall asleep, yeah. But I do like to fall. I must get myself more comfortable because my Kindle's like that and I keep dropping it. Keep bopping myself on the nose with my Kindle because I can't sit up in bed. Just cannot sit up in bed. People who knit in bed and crochet in bed, I'm not one of them. Can't even read in my bed. It's this bed. I used to sit up in my other bed. I can't sit up in this bed for some strange reason. I don't know why. I think it's because it's not got a proper headboard. It's only got a short headboard. So I can't kind of like sit up properly. Whereas my other one had a big headboard and a bookcase that went all across the top. I don't have to miss everything. It had a bookcase shelf, 2 shelves that ran all the way across. And it had cupboards either side of the bed. big big drawers. You know, this I've got no room for really. I had to leave it behind. I left it behind for the people that, because it was like built in. It matched the wardrobes. If you're with me. I wonder if they got rid of it or whether they kept it. And it had a lights built in as well, either side, which again I miss. I miss having the bedside lights that were fitted in, you know, to the unit. I tried to get one for here, but it was like stuck on, and you had to keep charging. Oh, everything's USB charge these days, isn't it? So you had to charge it up with a USB, and of course, the suckers, you know, you'd be lying in bed like that, and the suckers, and it would land on your head because it'd fall down. I thought, fed up with this thing. But you had to take it down to charge it up because the USB lead was only about that long and it wouldn't reach where it was supposed to go to charge up. I said to my son, I said, I've had enough of this. But every lamp you come to buy, like a bedside, like USB charging, why does everything have to be USB charged? Everything you damn well buy. You start looking, I mean, I was lucky with these lights because they actually plug into the wall. I have got another one of these actually, but I've no room for it to go on my bedside table. Oh, whoopie-doo. That's how small my bedside table is. By the time I've got my CPAP machine on it, it's full. It's full. I have my CPAP machine and a drink, and it's full. That's how small my bedside table is. At least on the other side, I'll be able to clear that off because it's got me, what I call me potions, you know, my face creams and different things like that on the other side, which I'll be able to put into the annex. Hello, movement upstairs. Maybe the dogs are on the move again. If the door suddenly bursts open, you'll know. Well, I've nearly done one sleeve anyway, so I've not done too bad, have I? Oh, here they come. Here she comes. Rosie came in, went out again. She never closes the door, that's the trouble. She opens it, but she never closes it. She comes flying in. Yeah. Thought I would have finished this sleeve, but I haven't quite. You know, at one time I would have finished the cardigan while I was talking to you, but now. And it's so slow these days. And I think all of you lot have gone to sleep. Nobody's talking to me anymore now. I think you've all disappeared and gone off and gone to sleep. I'll be going in a bit because I'm tired still. I'm still tired. I think all of you are tired. Chris has gone off, I think. Shad's disappeared. Nathan hasn't said anything for ages, so he's disappeared as well. So I think you've all gone off, unless I've gone off and I don't know about it. Yeah, I was hoping I'd do more than one sleeve, but maybe I'll get the other sleeve done tomorrow, maybe not. I'll need to find something to take to a knit club on Monday. Maybe I'll start the crochet jacket that crochet sweater that I'm supposed to be doing for this little girl. Maybe I'll take that with me. Well, another friend wants 2 pink scrunchies. You've had a mug of Milo and a chocolate bar. I'm glad you're here, Denise and Chris and Val. Glad you're all here. Thought I was talking to myself for a minute. Yeah, I'll make myself a mug of something or other. You're still here, Susan. All right, okay. I'm glad I'm not on my own. When nobody talks to me, I've got this feeling I'm just here talking to myself. I mean, I do talk to myself when I make my little single videos, but when I do my lives, I expect to. Yeah, you left briefly, but you're back, Isaac. Right, okie dokie. Say hello to your mum for me, if she's around. Oh, I heard the dog coming flying round, but she's gone up the stairs. Yeah. It was me talking about the Ovaltine that set you off, right? Yeah. I think I've still got some Ovaltine. When it was in a tin, nothing ever happened to it. Now it's in these jars, it sets solid. I don't know if it's ever happened to you. All it sets solid, and so does the Ovaltine. It sets like a brick in the bottom of these plastic jar things. When it was in a tin, it never used to happen. She said hello, right. Tell her to sleep tight. You're off to bed as well, are you, Isaac? Yeah, you've got pigeons to feed, haven't you? Pigeons to feed and photographs to take. Are you going to be a photographer, Isaac, or is it just something that you do as a hobby? He takes photographs everywhere when he's out and about, does Isaac? If you watch him on his Facebook. I'm very much a point and click type of girl, yeah. Yeah, you're probably like me, Isaac. You need a prod up the bottom with a cattle prod, don't you? Your photographs are really good. You should have an exhibition somewhere. The midwives drink Horlicks. It's kind of a British thing, I think, Horlicks, yeah. Very much traditional kind of malted milk and stuff, yeah. You got. Well, you sound like me, guys. You get fed up with things. I do. I wanted to go to university, and I thought I wanted to, try fashion design, but I never did it. Never did it. And then I got too old to do it. Yeah, I would have loved to have done it. Even when I was in my 30s, I would have loved to have done a course on fashion design and stuff like that. But it wasn't to be. I don't even design knitwear anymore now. When I was younger, I used to, on my knitting machine and stuff, I used to do all kinds of unusual things. I used to have this fabulous knitting machine that did everything. It used to practically make you a cup of cocoa, it was one of them. I used to do all these designs and I had all these bright ideas. I was going to go into it, but it never happened. That's the story of my life. Full of ideas that never happened, and now I'm too flipping old to do them all. When I read books about people who do this and do that and do the other, and think, I could have done that. I really could have done that, yeah. No, you haven't missed much, but I'm just talking about my lack of motivation. That's what we're talking about. And Isaac seems to be similar to me. We know what we want to do, we know what we should be doing, but we don't do it, yeah. Lack of motivation. In my head, I am a crochet designer in my head, but it never works as far as getting it onto the hook, and it never works as far as writing anything down. I just don't know how to do patterns. I don't know how to do sizes. Yeah, I don't know how to work things out for other kinds of yarn except English yarn. People in America crochet differently than I do. People in America use number 4 weight yarn, which I don't use. And also people want 17 different sizes and they want to know the stitch count at the end of every row. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, just do it. People want to know too much these days. They want that pattern I've just printed out for that Fairy Queen jacket that I'm going to do. It's got 27 pages. And a lot of them are just a photograph of part of whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm like, I couldn't do that to save my life. I'd be saying, are you thick? Can you not work it out? I wouldn't be a good pattern designer. I'd expect people to know things. But because they won't spoon feeding, I'd be like, oh, for God's sake, no, I've had enough now. It's like people saying to me, why don't you do tutorials? I have no patience. I'd be shouting at the screen. I'd be saying, are you thick or what? I'm not telling you every time I increase how many stitches you have at the end of a row. It's 2 stitches more than it was the row before. Work it out. This would be me. I'll be shouting at them, which wouldn't be a very good idea, would it? So I cannot understand why people can't understand. Cast off 4 stitches. Yeah. They want you to tell them at the end of the row how many stitches they've got left. It's 4 stitches less than what you started off with. Yeah, no, I'd never do it. I could not be putting things in brackets at the end and saying, so many stitches. I'd be like, are you stupid? It's 4 less than what you started with. So I guess I wouldn't. I should write a book with patterns for the not so stupid. Yeah. Patterns for people with a brain. How did I cope with the job centre? Oh, we got taught how to handle difficult situations, and my God, we got so many. No, I wouldn't be diplomatic when it comes to people asking me silly questions about knitting or crocheting. I wouldn't be diplomatic. I was diplomatic in the job centre by telling them what they had to do and why, the money was stopped if they didn't do it. But I lose my temper with people who can't do the most basic things. I'm like, learn to crochet. I'm sorry, but learn to crochet. Just practice with squares. Just practice with, don't expect to start a cardigan if you can't do a square. If you can't keep it straight, if you keep going that way, this way, no, practice. And that's what I say to people. You cannot start knitting socks if you can't knit a square and you can't keep a square straight, I mean, to me, that's sort of, I don't know. That's how you learn, is you do things. That's how I learned to crochet. I did things over and over and over again until I learned how to do the stitches, until I learned how to keep them straight at the sides. And then after that, then I learned how to increase. And then I learned how to decrease. I didn't suddenly start making things, and expect people to baby me through everything. I didn't have anybody that showed me how to do things. Everything I did, I had to learn myself. So this is why I get annoyed when people are like, how do you do? Well, how do you do that? How many stitches do you have? How many? Oh, I'm like, oh. Did you not do maths at school? You know, that's why I could never do a pattern, because I would be losing my temper. I really would lose my temper with people. I mean, people used to come in the shop, oh, Lord above. They could follow the pattern. Well, hello, baby snore text, whatever that is. They could follow a pattern when it showed them these are the 4 rows of the pattern. So they get up to the armholes and then they couldn't do it. Because when it said cast off, they said, it doesn't tell me how to do the row. It doesn't tell me how to start off the row. And I'm like, well, it's 4 stitches less because you've had to cast off 4. You've said, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I said, well, you've been doing the pattern. All these rows, follow it with your eye. Oh, I can't do that. I thought, well, just stick to stocking stitch then. I've no idea what a snore text is, and I don't think I want to know. Snorlax. Snoring laxative? Maybe. It's got to be a pseudonym, that, hasn't it? When you're thinking of a handle for yourself, I don't think, well, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I've not got enough patience tonight. I don't know. Maybe when I've had my meal tomorrow, I'll have more patience. Maybe I won't, yeah. What's the icon? I don't know. I can't see it either. Looks like a pig or something. A pig with blue hair. Anybody got good eyesight? Can you see what the icon is? Is it a pig with blue hair? Oh, I've only done 7 inches. I've done 7 inches and I've got to do 8. I won't finish it tonight. I was hoping to have finished a sleeve tonight, but I haven't. It's duck egg green at the bottom and lilac at the top. Oh, it's a pretty lady, is it? Oh, you've got good eyes. A cartoon character eating noodles. I can't see it. My eyes don't do that. I'd have to get a magnifying glass on that. No, the pretty lady's me, Val. Ah. You had to take a screenshot and zoom in. Oh, well, you see, you're clever. You can do things like that. I know I had a problem with YouTube one time and I'm telling them this, that, and the other. She said, take a screenshot. I said, I don't know how to. She goes, take a screenshot. I said, I don't know how to. What else can I do? Oh, you're listening behind the bushes, are you? Right, okay. What are you doing behind the bushes? We want to know, Lulu. There you get your coat to eyes that you've pulled. Oh dear. Been a long while since I've been in any bushes, yeah. Yeah, get your coat, you've pulled out. Woo, it's your lucky night. I'm Betty. Oh, right, okay. Oh dear. How am I? Well, that's a mute point, how am I? I'm here. That's all I can say. I'm here and doing my knitting. Thinking about going to bed in a few minutes because I'm getting very tired now. And Val's just had a cup of Milo, whatever Milo is. I'm not sure what Milo is. Is it a bit like Ovaltine? If you're still here, Val. Oh, really? Well, that was a bit of a silly thing to do, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a bit like Ovaltine. I don't think I've seen any Milo. I had a Jamaican friend who asked me, did I have any Milo once? Oh, hang on. I don't know what it is. My mum used to be the fantastic cocoa maker. I've never made cocoa like my mum used to. I don't know why she had the knack of making cocoa. I've tried to make it and it never tastes the same. But it always had to be Rowntree's cocoa. She would never buy anything else but Rowntree's cocoa. I did buy some cocoa, but I was very sadly disappointed. Farm food, sell it in tins. Well, I haven't got a farm food, I don't think, have I? We used to have a farm food where I lived before. We haven't out round here. If it's not in Cleveland, I don't know where anything is. I don't shop in Fleetwood at all. I only go in Fleetwood twice a week. I go to a library, to a knit club, and then I go to the cafe on a Thursday. That's the only time I ever go in Fleetwood, or to the doctor's. But I never shop in Fleetwood. I don't even go to the market. I can't go in my scooter, and I can't walk around because it hurts me back too much. So I never go in Fleetwood Market. Is it bedtime? It's bedtime for me as well, Isaac, as well. You've got a good idea there, son. It's bedtime all around. I'm going to finish this row. Then I'm going. I know I'm a bit earlier than usual, but I'm tired tonight. I'm tired tonight. Poundland half flat. I don't think we've got a Poundland even. Cleveland's has got places, but Fleetwood hasn't out. I think it's got a Heron food at Fleetwood. I think they've got an Asda, but I'm not sure. I never go that way. I always go to Cleveland. But I can't get down the seafront at the moment, so it's peeing me off. No, I've never been in it, Nathan. Never been in Heron Foods. But I know there is one. Sounds about right, really. It's Fleetwood. It's down the opposite end of Fleetwood to where I usually go, so I don't usually go that far down. It's bedtime for me as well, Isaac. I'm getting tired. Getting tired and irritable. I want my bed. Because I probably have to get up early in the morning. Because they'll want to go. If Arian's knee's feeling any better, he'll want to go in the annex because he has to go through my bedroom to the annex. So I hope I can get out of this necklace tonight. Oh, my fingers don't work and I have to fiddle for the... Oh, got it. Got it, got it, got it. Thank goodness for that. See, Shad's not here, so I could show him the necklace. Yep, so I'm going to go to Betty Bo's. I'm going out for a meal tomorrow. I keep hoping I'm going to make a video showing me inside crochet, but it's never come. Unless me subscriptions run out, but they usually tell you when your subscriptions run out, don't they? They usually say, do you want to carry on with it? Yeah. Right, I'm going to go to bed now, so thank you all for your company, and I will see you all very soon. I probably won't make a video tomorrow because my book won't have come. No post on a Sunday, and also I'm going out, yeah. So, yeah, my bump on my finger. My arthritic bump. on my finger. Great, isn't it? Right. Yeah, it's next Saturday, my birthday, but I think you're away, aren't you, Val? So you won't be here to sing for me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. That'll be next Saturday, yeah. Right, I'm going to go and I will see you all very, very soon. So hopefully if my internet doesn't cut out like it did tonight. I do love technology. It's wonderful. Bye for now. Bye.